As we step into the electric energy of 2025, we are not just entering another year, we are stepping into a new era of possibility. Right now, at this very moment, you are standing at the threshold of a life-changing decision. Will this be another year of excuses, hesitation, and settling? Or will this be the year you finally take control, break free, and create the unstoppable, fulfilled life you were meant for? Transformation doesn't happen by accident. It's not about waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, or the right motivation. It's about choosing to own your life right here, right now. It's about breaking out of the patterns that have held you back, stepping into your power, and finally unlocking the potential that has been inside you all along. The truth is, most people never step into their greatness, not because they lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity, but because they refuse to take radical responsibility for their lives. They blame their circumstances, their past, the economy, or other people. But here's what the most successful people in the world understand. Your life is your responsibility. Your future is your responsibility. And that's where we begin. Rule 1, own everything. Radical responsibility. Your life is yours, period. No more blaming the economy, your past, or other people. Excuses are chains that keep you stuck. The moment you take radical responsibility, you take back your power. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I do about it? Own your choices, own your actions, own your life. Most people live their lives as if they are passengers, allowing circumstances, luck, and the actions of others to dictate their outcomes. But here's the truth. You are the driver, not the passenger. If you want real transformation, you must stop looking outside for answers and start looking in the mirror. Every decision you've made, good or bad, has led you to this exact moment. The moment you accept this, you unlock the ability to change anything. Radical responsibility means no more excuses. It's easy to point fingers, to blame your upbringing, your boss, your spouse, or even the government. But here's what happens when you do that. You give away your power. Every time you blame something external, you tell yourself, I am not in control. And if you're not in control, you can't change a damn thing. But when you own everything, you shift from being a victim to being the architect of your life. If your business is failing, don't blame the market, find solutions. If your relationships are struggling, don't blame the other person, ask how you can show up better. If your health is suffering, don't blame genetics, take charge of your habits. This mindset shift is the difference between people who succeed and those who stay stuck. The key to radical responsibility is shifting your focus from problems to solutions. When you complain, you reinforce negativity. When you take responsibility, you reinforce action. Imagine two people lose their jobs. One blames the company, the economy, the unfair system. The other immediately asks, what's my next move? The first person stays stuck in frustration. The second person finds a new opportunity. Same situation, different mindset. The greatest achievers in history all have one thing in common. They refuse to make excuses. They don't wait for someone to save them. They don't sit around complaining about obstacles. They find a way. They take ownership of their results. They don't blame their past, their failures, or their disadvantages. They use them as fuel. Radical responsibility doesn't mean everything is your fault. It means everything is your responsibility to improve. Life is unpredictable. Bad things happen. People betray you. Economies crash. But transformation isn't about waiting for the world to be fair. It's about saying, no matter what happens, I will rise. Think of your life as a ship. If you sit back and hope the wind takes you where you want to go, you'll drift aimlessly. But if you grab the wheel, adjust the sails, and navigate the storms, you decide where you end up. And that's the power you gain when you own everything. Rule 2, create a vision so strong it pulls you forward. Without a vision, you're drifting. When you're clear on what you want, really clear, your vision becomes a force of nature. Take a moment right now. Close your eyes and picture your best life in 2025. Where are you? What are you doing? How do you feel? Feel it. Because when your vision is powerful enough, nothing can stop you. Most people don't lack motivation, they lack clarity. They wake up, go through the motions, and wonder why they feel stuck. But here's the truth. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there. Clarity is the starting point of all transformation. A powerful vision isn't just about setting goals. It's about creating a compelling future so vivid, so exciting, that it pulls you forward. This isn't about wishful thinking. It's about designing a future that makes you so hungry, so determined that you refuse to settle for anything less. If you want to create a vision that drives you, you need to get specific. Don't just say, I want success. Define it. What does success look like for you? What does your perfect day look like? What kind of work are you doing? What kind of relationships do you have? How do you feel when you wake up? The clearer your vision, the stronger your drive to make it real. A vague dream doesn't inspire action. A clear vision does. Instead of saying, I want to be healthier, say, I will be in the best shape of my life by June 2025. I will wake up every morning feeling energized. I will nourish my body with clean food, train 5 times a week, and build unstoppable strength. See the difference? Clarity turns wishes into plans, but vision alone isn't enough. You need to feel it in your bones. Close your eyes and step into your future. Imagine yourself already there. See the version of you who has already achieved everything you desire. Feel the emotions. When your vision becomes that real, your brain starts working to make it happen. The most successful people in the world don't just set goals, they obsess over their vision. They see it every day. They write it down. They visualize it in detail. They surround themselves with reminders of where they're going. And because of this, they move differently. They speak differently. They take actions that align with their vision. If you want to create a vision that drives you, follow these steps. Write it down in detail. Describe your ideal life in specific terms. Where are you? What does your day look like? Who are you with? How do you feel? Make it emotional. Logic doesn't drive action. Emotion does. Attach deep meaning to your vision. Why does it matter? How will it change your life? Visualize it daily. Spend time every morning and night seeing your vision as already done. The more you feel it, the more real it becomes. Turn it into actionable goals. Break your vision into specific, measurable steps. Your vision is the destination. Your goals are the map. Eliminate distractions. If something doesn't align with your vision, cut it out. If it doesn't move you forward, it's holding you back. When your vision is clear enough, you won't need willpower. You'll have momentum. You'll have to force yourself to take action. You'll feel pulled toward it, because when you can see, feel, and believe in your future so strongly, you start acting like the person who has already achieved it. Most people live life on autopilot. They react to their circumstances instead of creating their future. But if you take the time to define a compelling vision, you flip the script. Instead of being a bystander in your life, you become the architect of it. Rule 3, relentless execution. Action over everything. Ideas are worthless without execution. Dreams mean nothing if you don't back them up with action. The world doesn't reward those who think about success. It rewards those who do something about it. You don't need more time, more resources, or more motivation. You need to stop hesitating and start moving. Every second spent overthinking is a second wasted. The difference between those who achieve and those who don't is simple. One takes action, the other makes excuses. Most people wait. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect moment when they finally feel ready. But here's the truth. There is no perfect moment. The people who win don't wait for permission. They don't sit around hoping the stars align. They get moving even when things aren't perfect, even when they're uncertain, even when they don't feel ready, because readiness is a myth. Clarity comes from action, not the other way around. Massive success is the result of relentless execution, not once in a while, not when it's convenient, but every single day. The best performers in any field aren't always the most talented. They're the most consistent. They show up, they put in the work, they push forward when others quit. While most people dabble, they go all in. While most people get distracted, they stay focused. Action is the antidote to fear. The longer you hesitate, the more fear takes over. But the moment you take action, fear loses its grip. Think about the last time you procrastinated on something. The longer you avoided it, the bigger it seemed. But the second you started, the fear shrank. That's the power of movement. When you're in motion, fear fades. When you're standing still, fear grows. Perfectionism is execution's worst enemy. People don't fail because they lack intelligence or skill. They fail because they never start. They get stuck in planning, researching, preparing, tweaking. They convince themselves they need more information before they act. But action is what creates progress, not more thinking. Imperfect action beats perfect inaction every single time. There is no secret formula to success. It all comes down to showing up, doing the work, and staying consistent. Most people give up too soon. They try something for a few weeks, don't see immediate results, and quit. But success isn't instant. It's a game of endurance. The people who achieve great things aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who keep going despite failure. Small, consistent actions lead to massive results over time. The person who takes small steps daily will always outperform the person who takes massive action once in a while. progress compounds. A little effort every day leads to unstoppable momentum. The key is commitment, not motivation, because motivation fades, not inspiration, because inspiration is fleeting. Commitment, deciding that no matter what happens, you will keep moving forward. Stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Stop convincing yourself you need more time, more resources, or more confidence. Start now. Start messy. Start scared, but start. Because in the end, the only thing that separates success from failure is execution. Rule 4, dominate your mind. Master your inner world. Your mind is your greatest weapon or your biggest weakness. Everything you achieve or fail to achieve starts in your head. Your thoughts control your actions. Your actions control your results. If you don't take control of your mind, the world will do it for you. If you allow negativity, doubt, and fear to dominate your thinking, you'll never reach your full potential. But when you master your mind, you master your life. Most people sabotage themselves without even realizing it. They let limiting beliefs dictate their decisions. They believe they're not smart enough, not talented enough, not lucky enough. And because they believe it, they act in ways that reinforce it. Your brain is always looking for proof of what you believe. If you believe you're destined to struggle, you'll find reasons why that's true. If you believe you're capable of achieving anything, you'll find ways to make it happen. Your mindset is the foundation of everything. The most successful people aren't necessarily the most skilled, but they think differently. They train their minds to see opportunities where others see obstacles. They reframe failures as lessons. They replace doubt with confidence. They understand that the mind is a tool, and they refuse to let it work against them. Fear is the biggest barrier between you and your goals. But here's what most people don't realize. Fear isn't real. It's a projection. It exists only in your mind. It's not the situation itself that causes fear. It's how you interpret it. The most successful people don't let fear stop them. They feel the fear and move forward anyway. They understand that discomfort is part of growth. Your inner dialogue determines your reality. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't do this, your brain will prove you right. But if you tell yourself, I will figure this out, your brain will find a way. Words shape your beliefs shape your actions shape your life. This is why self-talk matters. If you want to dominate your external world, you must first dominate your internal world. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they convince themselves they are. They let negative thoughts take control. They allow fear to dictate their choices. But confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. And the fastest way to build it is through action. Every time you prove to yourself that you're capable, your confidence grows. Every time you push through discomfort, your belief in yourself strengthens. Your environment shapes your mind more than you realize. If you surround yourself with negativity, mediocrity, and doubt, your mindset will reflect that. But if you surround yourself with high achievers, people who challenge you, people who inspire you, your mindset will elevate. The people you spend time with either push you forward or pull you back. Choose wisely. Training your mind is just like training your body. It requires repetition. You don't go to the gym once and expect to be fit. You train consistently. The same applies to your mind. Feed it empowering thoughts daily. Read books that challenge you. Listen to content that inspires you. Speak words that reinforce your strength. Your mind becomes what you repeatedly expose it to. Most people let their emotions control them. They react instead of responding. They let temporary feelings dictate permanent decisions. But emotional mastery is key to success. You can't control what happens, but you can control how you respond. When you train your mind to stay focused, to stay disciplined, to stay in control, nothing can shake you. The greatest battles aren't fought in the real world, they're fought in the mind. Your ability to win at life depends on your ability to win those battles. Train your mind, control your thoughts, build unshakable belief in yourself, because once you master your mind, everything else falls into place. Rule 5, relentless discipline. Do what needs to be done no matter what. Success isn't about feelings. It's not about doing things when you feel motivated, inspired, or ready. It's about discipline, the ability to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. The people who win in life don't rely on motivation because motivation is temporary. It fades, it fluctuates, and it's unreliable. Discipline, on the other hand, is what separates those who achieve from those who make excuses. It's showing up every day, putting in the work, and pushing forward regardless of how you feel. Most people let their emotions dictate their actions. They wait until they feel like it. They let comfort determine their decisions. But comfort is the enemy of growth. If you only do what's easy, you'll stay exactly where you are. Discipline means choosing the harder path, the path that leads to real progress. It means waking up early when you want to sleep in. It means grinding when you'd rather relax. It means sticking to your commitments when quitting feels easier. Winners understand that discipline isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. Every time you push through discomfort, you strengthen it. Every time you choose discipline over laziness, you reinforce it. It's like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. But if you let excuses take over, if you let yourself off the hook when things get tough, you weaken it. People who lack discipline chase quick fixes and instant gratification. They look for shortcuts. They want the rewards without the effort. But real success is earned, not given. It's the result of daily discipline, of doing the things most people avoid, of putting in the reps when no one is watching. The best performers in any field didn't get there by accident. They put in the hours, they made the sacrifices, and they showed up even when they didn't want to. Discipline means committing to the process, not just the outcome. Most people only work hard when they see results. If they don't get immediate feedback, they quit. But real discipline means doing the work even when progress isn't visible. It means trusting the process, knowing that every small effort adds up. The greatest achievements come from consistency over time, not from short bursts of effort. There will always be excuses. There will always be distractions, reasons to quit, reasons to delay, but discipline is about overriding those excuses. It's about staying locked in on your goals, refusing to be derailed by temporary emotions or external circumstances. It's about creating non-negotiable standards for yourself, standards that don't change based on how you feel. Discipline is also about mastering your habits. Your life is a reflection of your daily routines. If your habits are weak, your results will be weak. But if you install the right habits, habits of action, of resilience, of focus, you set yourself up for success automatically. The key is eliminating choice. Make discipline your default setting so that success isn't something you have to think about, it's just who you are. Most people wait for the right time. They tell themselves they'll start when they have more energy, more motivation, more confidence, but waiting is a trap. The right time never comes. The only way to build discipline is to start now. Start messy, start imperfect, start tired, start scared, but start. Because discipline isn't about waiting, it's about doing. Rule 6, ruthless focus. Eliminate distractions, dominate your goals. The world is filled with distractions. Social media, notifications, endless entertainment. Everything is designed to steal your attention. Most people are trapped in a cycle of constant consumption, scrolling, watching, reacting, without ever taking real action. But success belongs to those who take control of their focus, those who learn to shut out distractions, lock in on their goals, and execute relentlessly. Your focus determines your future. If you spend your time on things that don't matter, you'll live a life that doesn't matter. But if you direct all your energy toward what truly moves the needle, you'll create results most people only dream of. The problem isn't a lack of time, it's misplaced attention. The average person wastes hours every day on meaningless distractions, but high achievers guard their focus like their life depends on it, because it does. Most people try to do too much, they chase too many goals, start too many projects, and spread themselves too thin. But success isn't about doing more, it's about doing less, better. It's about cutting out everything that doesn't contribute to your mission and going all in on what does. Ruthless focus means saying no to everything that isn't essential. It means removing unnecessary obligations, toxic people, and time-wasting activities. It means designing your life around what truly matters. Deep work is a superpower. In a world where most people are easily distracted, the ability to focus deeply is what separates the elite from the average. When you train your mind to block out distractions and enter a state of intense concentration, you get more done in a few hours than most people do in a week. But this requires discipline. It means turning off notifications, setting clear boundaries, and creating an environment that supports focus. Your phone is your biggest enemy. Every time you check it, your brain loses momentum. Studies show that even a quick glance at your notifications can take 25 minutes to regain full focus. High achievers don't allow their attention to be hijacked. They schedule time for deep work. turn off distractions and operate with intentionality. They control their devices instead of letting their devices control them. The best way to maximize focus is through time blocking. Instead of working reactively, bouncing from one task to another, set specific blocks of time for high priority work. Treat these blocks as non-negotiable. During these periods, eliminate all distractions and go all in. This method not only boosts productivity, but also trains your brain to enter a flow state more easily. Prioritization is everything. Not all tasks are created equal. Most people waste time on low-value activities while avoiding the work that actually moves them forward. The key is identifying the 20% of actions that generate 80% of the results. Focus on those. Cut out the rest. If a task doesn't bring significant progress, eliminate it or delegate it. High achievers don't get caught up in busy work. They focus on high impact work. Mental clarity is just as important as physical focus. If your mind is cluttered with negativity, doubt, and stress, your performance will suffer. This is why successful people practice mental discipline. They filter out negativity, protect their energy, and cultivate a mindset of absolute clarity. Meditation, journaling, and strategic thinking aren't just optional. They're essential tools for sharpening your focus. Every decision you make either strengthens or weakens your focus. Every time you give in to distraction, you reinforce the habit of losing focus. But every time you resist, every time you choose to stay locked in, you strengthen your ability to concentrate. Focus is a skill, and like any skill, it gets stronger the more you train it. The secret to achieving massive success isn't working harder, it's working smarter. It's about identifying what truly matters, eliminating everything that doesn't, and directing all your energy toward one clear mission. The more you focus, the faster you progress. The faster you progress, the closer you get to dominating your goals. Rule 7, extreme consistency. Small actions, massive results. Success isn't built on big, dramatic efforts. It's built on small, consistent actions repeated over time. Most people chase quick wins, looking for shortcuts. But the real key is staying relentlessly consistent. It's not about intensity, it's about repetition. The greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders don't rely on occasional bursts of effort. They show up every single day, putting in the work, even when no one is watching. Most people fail because they start strong, but don't follow through. They get excited, make big plans, and take action for a few days or weeks, but when progress slows, they quit. Winners don't quit. They understand that consistency compounds. Every small action adds up, creating momentum, turning into habits, and eventually producing massive results. If you only work when you feel motivated, you'll never get anywhere. The key is building unshakable discipline so your success isn't dependent on emotion. Repetition builds mastery. The best performers in any field aren't the most talented, they're the most consistent. They do the same drills, the same exercises, and the same routines every day. They refine, improve, and commit to the process. This is why most people never reach elite levels. They get bored, distracted, or impatient. But those who stay locked in and stick with it for years become unstoppable. Every action you take is a vote for the person you're becoming. If you consistently show up, put in the work, and refuse to quit, success is inevitable. But if you constantly start and stop, your progress resets. This is why so many people stay stuck. They keep breaking their own momentum. Success isn't about doing extraordinary things once. It's about doing ordinary things extraordinarily well over and over. Rule 8, unbreakable resilience. Adapt, overcome, keep moving. Life will test you. No matter how prepared you are, no matter how smart or strong you think you are, challenges will come. Most people crumble when things get hard. They complain, they make excuses, and they let setbacks define them. But the most successful people in the world are unbreakable. They refuse to stay down. They face obstacles head on, adapt, and keep moving forward. Pain is inevitable. Struggles, failures, and hardships will happen, but suffering is a choice. Most people let pain stop them. They take failure personally. They give up when things don't go as planned. But high achievers use pain as fuel. They let failure sharpen them, not break them. Every setback is a lesson. Every hardship is an opportunity to grow. The strongest people aren't the ones who avoid adversity. They're the ones who embrace it, learn from it, and rise strong. Resilience isn't about avoiding failure. It's about bouncing back faster. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't intelligence or talent. It's persistence. It's the ability to take a hit, get back up, and keep swinging. Most people let one failure turn into permanent defeat, but winners keep moving, They refuse to be defined by their lowest moments. They take responsibility, adjust their strategy, and push forward. Your mindset determines your resilience. If you see obstacles as stop signs, you'll never get far. But if you see them as stepping stones, nothing can break you. Every time you overcome an obstacle, you build mental toughness. You prove to yourself that you can handle anything. And once you develop unshakable resilience, you become unstoppable, because nothing, no setback, no failure, no hardship can keep you from reaching your goals. Rule 9, relentless adaptability. Pivot, evolve, conquer. The world is constantly changing, and those who resist change get left behind. Most people cling to the familiar because it feels safe, but the truth is, stagnation is the real danger. The most successful people aren't just strong or smart, they're adaptable. They pivot when necessary, they evolve with the times, and they find solutions where others see obstacles. Rigidity leads to failure, but flexibility creates limitless opportunities. The ability to adapt is the ability to survive. Businesses that don't innovate collapse. Athletes who don't evolve get surpassed. People who refuse to learn new skills become obsolete. The world will never stop changing, so you must train yourself to embrace the unknown. Instead of fearing change, see it as an advantage. When others hesitate, you move. When the unexpected happens, you adjust without hesitation. Those who adapt the fastest win. Fear of failure keeps most people stuck. They resist new opportunities because they're afraid of making mistakes. But mistakes are not the enemy. Stagnation is. The most successful people take risks, experiment, and course correct when needed. They don't see failure as the end, they see it as feedback. Every mistake teaches you something. Every setback is a lesson. When you develop a mindset of relentless adaptability, no challenge can hold you back. The key is staying open to new perspectives, new skills, and new strategies. Never stop learning. Never stop growing. Keep your ego in check and remain a student of life. The moment you think you know it all is the moment you start falling behind. True power comes from the ability to adjust, refine, and reinvent yourself whenever necessary. The strongest, most successful people are not the ones who resist change. They are the ones who embrace it, master it, and use it to their advantage. Rule 10, massive action. The time is now. Knowledge is useless without action. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for the right time, the perfect plan, or the guarantee of success. But there is no perfect time. There is only now. Successful people don't sit around overthinking. They move. They take bold action knowing that speed and execution separate the winners from the dreamers. Most people drown in hesitation. They plan, they prepare, they analyze every detail, but they never start. They tell themselves they need more information, more confidence, or more certainty, but waiting kills momentum. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start. The people who succeed are the ones who take action before they feel ready. They understand that clarity comes from action, not the other way around. The difference between those who achieve their goals and those who don't is simple. Consistent execution. You can have the best ideas, the biggest dreams, and all the knowledge in the world, but without massive action, it means nothing. Action is what turns visions into reality. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every transformation happens because someone took the first step and kept going. Success rewards those who move fast. If you wait for perfection, you'll miss opportunities. If you hesitate, someone else will take your spot. The world doesn't reward intention, it rewards execution. Start before you feel ready, take the first step, make adjustments as you go, and build momentum. The people who achieve the most are not the ones who sit on the sidelines. They are the ones who step onto the field and play full out. This is it. No more waiting, no more someday thinking. You've been handed the tools, the blueprint, the strategy. Now it's up to you to take action. The world doesn't reward intention, it rewards execution. The people who win in life are not the ones who dream about change. They are the ones who step up, commit, and take massive action. 2025 is here. This is your year. The question is, what are you going to do with it? This is Tony Robbins, and I'll see you at the top.